There is a reason why the last 10 nights of Ramadan are so special. That reason is due to the fact that they contain a special night, a very special night. In fact, that night is the most special and most significant and important night on the entire Muslim calendar. Muslims pursue this night with vigor. They pursue this night with eagerness. And part of the reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not reveal it to the community of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is because we would search after it. And so we would increase our ibadah, we would increase our worship to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And you find that wherever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He doesn't mention the reward of something and He keeps something hidden, it entails a very significant and special reward. Take, for example, the Jum'ah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in one hadith mentioned through the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam that there is a special time on Friday whereby if a person were to make dua at that time, Allah would accept. Now that time is unknown. We don't know exactly when that time is. And same with Laylatul Qadr. Laylatul Qadr is hidden, and the reason it's hidden is because it's very significant. Even with the month of Ramadan, the reward of the month of Ramadan is unknown, and we will see that reward insh'Allah on the Day of Judgment. And so we need to be dedicated as much as we can in these last 10 nights. We need to dedicate as much as we can in Laylatul Qadr, but it can't just be about us. This life is not just about you and I. It's not just about the world revolving around us or me or I. It can't be the case. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He put us in this world amongst people, a community, nations, different tribes, different nations, different peoples, with neighbors and people from all walks of life with different beliefs. We can't be in this world as though we're in it by ourselves or as though Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just for us. Allah is not just for myself. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has requested something, and He has requested that I look after my brothers and sisters. Allah has requested that I not only focus on myself in this life, but I focus on others, and that I attend to others. You know, the Prophet ﷺ described the ummah like a body, described the ummah like a building. How can it be that I can be in relative comfort? And most of us that live in countries like this are in relative comfort, but how can I turn a blind eye to what's happening worldwide across the globe? I can't. That's not the characteristics that is becoming of a Muslim. That's not the characteristics that fit with a believer. And so it is incumbent upon us, it is necessary upon us to cast our eyes and our hearts and our minds upon those who are less fortunate. We must be able to contribute. And, you know, I know some people would think, you know, every year I hear the same thing. People wanting or seeking contributions from others to a worthy cause, a worthy cause. But this is a giving community. You are a giving community, and this is a worthy cause. But the way that I would construct my mindset, if you were to say that in your mind, is to say, this is an opportunity that has come. This is an opportunity that has come from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How can we not seize that? How can we not jump on an opportunity when it's presented itself? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put you in that situation, in that place, in that time, to hear this discourse, to hear this news and this plea. And so it's intentional that when something like this comes before our very eyes, that we not cast our glance away from it, that we pay attention, and that we really pay attention to the signs and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put before us, the opportunities that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has put before us. This is an opportunity. It needs to be seized by every single one of us. And sometimes those opportunities don't always present themselves. And that's why we find where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentions in the Quran that when a person is at the throes of death, that they wish that they could have those opportunities present themselves at that time. So we need to thrive and capitalize these opportunities whilst they're before us. Give generously. There are people less fortunate. It's very easy for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to eliminate hunger, starvation, poverty, sicknesses from the earth. But Allah has left them Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has left them for a reason. This life is a test. And part of that test for yourselves is to see how we will attend to the impoverished and needy. And part of the test for those who are impoverished is to see their resolve, to see their reliance on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to see what their reactions and sabr and so on and so forth. And it may be that how He tests us will differ to how He tests others, but nonetheless, it's a test for everybody. We are in the predicament that we're in, and we should be giving thanks every day to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We cannot turn away from the plight of those who are less fortunate. There are people in places like Sadaqah Welfare Fund who are doing the work that is so necessary, so grassroots, so in harmony with our faith and our religion and everything the Prophet ﷺ said, and Allah Azza wa Jal encouraged. And so I would implore each and every one of you, don't hold back. Don't hold back. Give what you can. If you can't be there at the forefront, giving and helping and attending to, then support those who do. Support those who are in that situation. Support those who are on the ground. Support those who've been doing this work for such a long time.